So over the last few months, I slowly got through seasons 1 and 2 of The Bear. I heard a lot of good things. I thought I would check it out. Season 1 I thought was alright, but season 2, around the midway point, really picked things up, especially when we got to the episode I'm talking about today. When it comes to Christmas movies and TV shows, I love watching them because it gets me into the spirit. It wouldn't be the same every year around Christmas time if I didn't watch a bunch of Christmas movies or TV show episodes. As many others do, every year I watch the same Christmas movies, and I do have a couple of Christmas-themed TV episodes that I don't watch every year, but if I come across them, I might put them on. However, that changes now with this episode of The Bear. Every year I have my must-watches for Christmas, especially with movies. I have my Home Alone collection, the first and second movie, The Santa Claus, Christmas Vacation, and now, as far as TV shows go, The Bear Season 2, Episode 6, titled Fishes. Like I said, I slowly got through this show, mainly because Season 1 was mid in my opinion. I wish they began The Bear with Season 2 over that of Season 1, because in Season 1 you're introduced to all these characters, except you don't know that much about them and where they're coming from in terms of characterization. But in Season 2, especially in this episode, you learn so much about the Bearzados' core family issues and why they are where they are today. Long story short, I do recommend watching The Bear. I don't think Season 1 is all that great, it's overrated, but Season 2 makes it all worth it. If you haven't seen the show yet, go watch it first and then come back and watch this video. Funny enough, time-wise, it worked out perfectly because I got through the first season and a half at a snail pace. I think I started the show back in, I want to say, August, and didn't finish until a week ago. But when I started the midway point of Season 2 with this episode, it was like the first or second day of December, so I got right into the Christmas spirit with this episode of The Bear. I knew this episode was going to be something special though, because for one, it begins in mystery-like fashion where the three bear children are discussing something about the mother. You're not sure what it is, but it's not something good. And also, this was the first hour-long episode of the TV show so far. Not too long after that, you're introduced to Jamie Lee Curtis's character, who plays the mother of the family. From here, you know it's going to lead to a chaotic situation because the mother is drinking heavily, Natalie is pouring out her liquor, and you never want to do that to an alcoholic. The rest of the way takes us on this long journey where we witness a series of encounters which hint at an eventual meltdown when dinner is served. At first, I wasn't thrilled they made this episode an hour long, because part of the reason why I started watching The Bear was because I liked how it was only half-hour episodes, and the show so far wasn't really that great. But looking back now, I'm so happy they made this an hour-long episode because it needed to be. When it comes to the character interactions themselves before Christmas dinner, one of them is between Carmy and his brother Michael discussing Michael's restaurant, the beef, and how Carmy has ideas for it. But you can see on Michael's face he doesn't want Carmy to have any part of his business because he thinks Carmy can do much better than what he's offering there. Richie, meanwhile, tells his pregnant wife the Bearzados' uncle will give him a job, but things don't turn out the way Richie thought. But the straw that breaks the camel's back is the interaction between Michael and his mother's on and off boyfriend Lee, who rudely interrupts Michael during a story, stating he tells the same story over and over again a million times. You don't want to say something like that to Michael in the house of his father. Oh, how could I forget about Jamie Lee becoming unhinged the more she drinks while cooking dinner? Let me say too, this is one of the most star-studded casts in any TV episode in television history. Not only do you have the recurring cast members like Jeremy Allen White appearing in this episode, but you have tons of guest stars like Jamie Lee Curtis, John Bernthal, John Mulaney, Sarah Paulson, and Bob Odenkirk. Now we finally arrive at the dinner table, but of course when I was watching this episode, I was watching it on Hulu with ads. The ads are 2 minutes long. And the second I saw them sitting at the dinner table, it cut to the ads. My anticipation for this scene was through the roof, but the ads prevented me from enjoying the chaos right away. That's why I hate watching TV shows on Hulu. Nevertheless, what we get next is quite possibly my favorite argument scene in any form of media entertainment. The constant back and forth word brawl between Bernthal and Odenkirk is mesmerizing. They don't cut it short either. This goes on for 5 minutes. To make matters worse, Jamie Lee Curtis's character is reintroduced in this scene after hell breaks loose between John Bernthal and Bob Odenkirk. She then quietly starts crying, leading to her meltdown, storming out, telling everyone to go F themselves. Then Bernthal decides to throw the fork at Odenkirk, leading to an almost fistfight between the two. And then, to make matters even worse, Jamie Lee Curtis drives her car through the house. Anyone who's had a family holiday dinner go wrong, and even for those who haven't, you'll be scarred, but especially for those who have, this will bring those dark memories back. You're sitting there on the edge of your seat during this 10-minute sequence hoping Michael doesn't throw a third fork at Lee because you know what it'll lead to. Nothing good. This entire moment induced so much anxiety. It makes me hope I never see a family confrontation on a holiday ever again. I wish they put this episode in the first season though, because season 1 doesn't explain the family dynamic that well, but had they put season 2 episode 6 in season 1 instead, this show would have been instantly better. So from beginning to end, Fishes is one of television's all-time greatest TV episodes, and it'll go down in history as that. It deserves it. Anyway guys, what are your thoughts on season 2 episode 6 of The Bear? And while we're here, what are your thoughts on The Bear, the series as a whole? And of course, as always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you all next time. Merry Christmas, guys.